Imagine this. It begins subtly, almost imperceptibly, like a distant hum that slowly, over time, grows louder, more insistent. It's that creeping sense of exhaustion, not the acute tiredness after a grueling workout, but a pervasive, underlying weariness that seems to cling to you, day in and day out. For many men over 40, this feeling is a familiar, unwelcome companion, often dismissed as simply getting older or just needing more sleep. But what if it's profoundly more than that? What if this isn't merely a fleeting sensation, but a fundamental biochemical shift happening deep within your very being, steadily impacting your core vitality? This isn't about the occasional mid-afternoon slump, or the momentary need for an extra cup of coffee to push through a deadline. This is a fundamental alteration in how your body generates, manages, and uses its vital energy, changing the very fabric of your daily experience. It leaves you feeling less like the vibrant person you once were, less sharp mentally, and less capable of tackling life's daily demands with the consistent vigor you remember. This sensation goes far beyond simple sleep deprivation, touching the very core of your cellular existence, affecting your mood, focus, and physical endurance. You might struggle with tasks that once felt effortless, experience a persistent mental fog, and truly lack the intrinsic drive that once defined your younger self. This isn't simple tiredness, it's a systemic energy crisis impacting every facet of your life, often without obvious cause. For far too long, conventional explanations for this profound, persistent fatigue in men over 40 have proven inadequate. We are often told it is simply stress, or perhaps just the inevitable march of time, a natural decline to be accepted. Sometimes the conversation quickly shifts to hormones, with testosterone deficiency taking center stage as the primary, singular culprit. While these factors can certainly play a significant role, focusing exclusively on them can mask a much deeper, more intricate cellular story unfolding beneath the surface, a narrative far more complex than simple hormonal fluctuations. These simple answers, appealing in their directness, frequently miss the true biological complexity, failing to address the fundamental root causes of what feels like an unending personal energy drought. It's time to look beyond these superficial explanations and delve into the scientific truths of your body's inner workings. But here is the crucial insight, the profound promise that lies within a deeper, scientific understanding. This decline, this pervasive exhaustion, is not necessarily an unchangeable, inevitable fate. It is not merely the unavoidable toll of aging. Instead, it is a complex biological puzzle, an intricate set of interconnected processes waiting to be fully understood and, critically, effectively addressed. Imagine unlocking the hidden secrets of your own physiology, gaining crystal clear clarity on precisely why your energy levels have plummeted, and discovering that there are indeed profound, scientifically verifiable explanations for your challenging experience. This intellectual journey isn't about finding a simplistic quick fix. Rather, it is about unraveling a sophisticated biological mystery that has a tangible, life-altering impact on your quality of life, ultimately offering a genuine path towards robust energy restoration and reclaiming your lost vitality. The true fight against this chronic exhaustion, this insidious drain on your vitality, is not fought primarily in the gym, nor solved solely through diet or sleep, though these are undeniably important. No, the real battlefield is microscopic. It is happening at the subcellular level, within the very engines of your cells, the fundamental powerhouses that dictate how much energy your entire body can create and efficiently use. Your body is composed of trillions upon trillions of cells, each a bustling, highly organized city of metabolic activity. It is at this foundational, microscopic level that the silent struggle for energy truly unfolds, defining your capacity for life. This intricate machinery drives every beat of your heart, every thought, and every movement. Understanding this hidden war, these silent battles being fought at a cellular level, is the key to finally comprehending and overcoming this profound sense of persistent weariness. Before we continue this fascinating journey of discovery, be sure to subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where in the world you are watching from. Your insights and participation fuel our exploration. Often, when men over 40 begin to experience this debilitating fatigue, accompanied by a noticeable decline in their overall vigor, the conversation quickly turns to a single powerful hormone, testosterone. It is a natural and understandable focus. Testosterone, after all, is rightly associated with male vitality, muscle mass, libido, and a certain kind of primal energy. Medical professionals frequently test for it, and many men embark on journeys of hormone optimization, hoping that by restoring testosterone levels to their youthful peaks, they will magically reclaim the boundless energy and mental sharpness they remember from their younger days. This focus on testosterone has become, for many, the singular arbiter of male vitality, a seemingly straightforward solution to a complex problem. However, here is where the narrative, though well-intentioned, often falls short. While optimizing hormone levels, including testosterone, can certainly alleviate certain symptoms and contribute to overall well-being, it frequently proves to be an incomplete answer to the profound, persistent energy deficit that many men experience. Imagine restoring the fuel lines to an engine, ensuring a steady supply of high-octane gasoline, but neglecting the spark plugs, the battery, or the very combustion chambers themselves. The engine might receive fuel, but it still won't fire efficiently, if at all. Similarly, while testosterone is a crucial conductor of your body's symphony, it is not the orchestra itself. Relying solely on hormonal adjustments, without addressing the underlying cellular mechanics, can leave you feeling perpetually stuck, still grappling with that same frustrating sense of fatigue and a lingering mental fogginess, despite your numbers looking normal on paper. The inadequacy of such simple answers becomes painfully clear when the expected resurgence of energy never fully materializes, highlighting that the true drivers of chronic fatigue lie much deeper. This realization compels us to shift our perspective dramatically, moving our gaze from the broad systemic hormonal swings, important as they are, to the foundational processes occurring within every single cell of your body. It is a change in focus from the conductor to the individual musicians, from the grand architecture to the very bricks and mortar. This is where the true story of your energy, or lack thereof, is being written. Instead of looking at circulating hormones as the ultimate measure, we must delve into the intricate microscopic world that dictates how those hormones are utilized and how energy is actually generated at the most fundamental level. This cellular core is the true stage upon which your daily energy battles are fought and won, or, unfortunately, lost. At the heart of this cellular core lie the body's true power plants, the mitochondria. These are not merely abstract biological terms. They are the minute, yet mighty, engines nestled within nearly every cell, tirelessly converting the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe into adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. ATP is the universal energy currency of your body, powering everything from the blink of an eye to the beat of your heart, from the deepest thought to the most complex movement. Without healthy, functioning mitochondria, your cells, and by extension, your entire body, simply cannot produce the energy required to thrive. They are central to vitality and resilience, the unsung heroes whose efficiency directly translates into your lived experience of energy, mental clarity, and physical stamina. Their performance is paramount, and their dysfunction, catastrophic. Understanding this cellular paradigm provides a completely new lens through which to view chronic fatigue, one that goes beyond the surface-level symptoms and delves into the intricate mechanisms that truly govern your energy state. It prepares us to explore not just one, but three interconnected systems operating beneath the surface, forming a complex web that, when disrupted, drives a profound and persistent form of cellular fatigue in men over 40. We are about to embark on a journey to uncover these silent saboteurs of your vitality, the direct failure of these microscopic power plants, the chronic overexertion of your body's stress response system, and the relentless accumulation of a crucial sleep-inducing molecule. These three factors, working in concert, create a perfect storm that can leave even the most resilient individual feeling utterly depleted, trapped in a cycle of profound exhaustion that traditional approaches often fail to address. Often, when men over 40 begin to experience this debilitating fatigue, accompanied by a noticeable decline in their overall vigor, the conversation quickly turns to a single powerful hormone: testosterone. It is a natural and understandable focus. Testosterone, after all, is rightly associated with male vitality, muscle mass, libido, and a certain kind of primal energy. Medical professionals frequently test for it, and many men embark on journeys of hormone optimization, hoping that by restoring testosterone levels to their youthful peaks, they will magically reclaim the boundless energy and mental sharpness they remember from their younger days. This focus on testosterone has become, for many, the singular arbiter of male vitality, a seemingly straightforward solution to a complex problem. However, here is where the narrative, though well-intentioned, often falls short. While optimizing hormone levels, including testosterone, can certainly alleviate certain symptoms and contribute to overall well-being, it frequently proves to be an incomplete answer to the profound, persistent energy deficit that many men experience. Imagine restoring the fuel lines to an engine, ensuring a steady supply of high-octane gasoline, but neglecting the spark plugs, the battery, or the very combustion chambers themselves. The engine might receive fuel, but it still won't fire efficiently, if at all. Similarly, while testosterone is a crucial conductor of your body's symphony, it is not the orchestra itself. Relying solely on hormonal adjustments, without addressing the underlying cellular mechanics, can leave you feeling perpetually stuck, still grappling with that same frustrating sense of fatigue and a lingering mental fogginess, despite your numbers looking normal on paper. The inadequacy of such simple answers becomes painfully clear when the expected resurgence of energy never fully materializes, highlighting that the true drivers of chronic fatigue lie much deeper. This realization compels us to shift our perspective dramatically, moving our gaze from the broad, systemic hormonal swings, important as they are, to the foundational processes occurring within every single cell of your body. It is a change in focus from the conductor to the individual musicians, from the grand architecture to the very bricks and mortar. This is where the true story of your energy, or lack thereof, is being written. Instead of looking at circulating hormones as the ultimate measure, we must delve into the intricate, microscopic world that dictates how those hormones are utilized and how energy is actually generated at the most fundamental level. This cellular core is the true stage upon which your daily energy battles are fought and won, or unfortunately, lost. At the heart of this cellular core lie the body's true power plants, the mitochondria. These are not merely abstract biological terms. They are the minute yet mighty engines nestled within nearly every cell, tirelessly converting the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe into adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. ATP is the universal energy currency of your body, powering everything from the blink of an eye to the beat of your heart, from the deepest thought to the most complex movement. Without healthy, functioning mitochondria, your cells, and by extension, your entire body, simply cannot produce the energy required to thrive. They are central to vitality and resilience, the unsung heroes whose efficiency directly translates into your lived experience of energy, mental clarity, and physical stamina. Their performance is paramount, and their dysfunction, catastrophic. Understanding this cellular paradigm provides a completely new lens through which to view chronic fatigue, one that goes beyond the surface-level symptoms and delves into the intricate mechanisms that truly govern your energy state. It prepares us to explore not just one, but three interconnected systems operating beneath the surface, forming a complex web that, when disrupted, drives a profound and persistent form of cellular fatigue in men over 40. We are about to embark on a journey to uncover these silent saboteurs of your vitality, the direct failure of these microscopic power plants, the chronic overexertion of your body's stress response system, and the relentless accumulation of a crucial sleep-inducing molecule. These three factors, working in concert, create a perfect storm that can leave even the most resilient individual feeling utterly depleted, trapped in a cycle of profound exhaustion that traditional approaches often fail to address. Having highlighted the first saboteur as the direct failure of these microscopic power plants, let us now delve into the intricate world of mitochondria. These crucial organelles are far more than mere biological components. They are the dedicated engines nestled within virtually every cell of your body, relentlessly working to convert the fuel from your food and the oxygen from your breath into a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. This process, known as oxidative phosphorylation, is the very bedrock of your vitality, generating the energy currency that powers every blink, every thought, every beat of your heart, and every complex movement you make. However, even these powerhouse machines are susceptible to wear and tear, to inefficiencies that can have profound consequences for your overall energy. The first crack in this foundational system often appears as a subtle, yet significant faltering of mitochondrial function. Instead of smoothly and efficiently producing ATP, these engines begin to sputter, operating with reduced output. This inefficiency is not just about less energy. It also leads to the inadvertent creation of reactive oxygen species, often referred to as free radicals. Think of these as toxic exhaust fumes that, when not properly managed, can damage the very mitochondrial machinery responsible for energy production, creating a vicious cycle of decline. The physical structure of your mitochondria also plays a critical role, and in a state of chronic fatigue, we often see what is known as altered cristae remodeling. Imagine the inner membrane of a mitochondrion as a series of intricate folds, much like the pleats of an accordion. These folds, or cristae, significantly increase the surface area available for the crucial chemical reactions of oxidative phosphorylation. When mitochondria are healthy, these cristae are abundant and well-formed, but under stress or in dysfunction, these folds can become flattened, disorganized, or reduced in number. This reduction in surface area directly impacts the efficiency of energy conversion, making it harder for your cells to produce the ATP they desperately need. It is akin to trying to generate electricity with a power plant that has fewer and less efficient turbines. Beyond structural changes, the intricate biochemical balance within these organelles is also critical. A key player here is the ratio between nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, or NAD, and its reduced form, NADH. This ratio is absolutely vital for the electron transport chain, a series of protein complexes labeled Complex 1 through Complex 4, which forms the core of ATP generation. Imagine these complexes as a precisely synchronized relay race, where electrons are passed from one runner to the next, releasing energy with each handoff. The NAD-NADH balance ensures these electrons keep moving at the correct pace. When this ratio is disturbed, the electron transport chain can slow down or even stall, drastically reducing ATP output and further exacerbating energy inefficiency. Adding to this internal drain is a silent struggle, reduced mitochondrial biogenesis, and impaired PGC1 alpha signaling. Mitochondrial biogenesis is your body's natural process for building new, healthy mitochondria and replacing old, damaged ones. It is how your cellular power grid expands and renews itself. PGC1 alpha is a master regulator, a crucial switch that turns on the genes responsible for this biogenesis. When PGC1 alpha signaling is impaired, your body loses its ability to effectively create these vital new powerhouses. This means old, inefficient, or damaged mitochondria persist, and there are simply not enough robust engines to meet your body's energy demands. These complex cellular failures, from inefficient ATP production and harmful reactive oxygen species to structural compromises and impaired renewal, directly translate into the pervasive, bone-deep feeling of exhaustion that defines chronic fatigue. It is not merely a sensation of being tired. It is a systemic energy crisis unfolding at the microscopic level, where your cells are starved of the very power they need to perform their fundamental functions. Your body, the viewer, becomes an ecosystem where the power grids are failing, leaving every tissue and organ struggling in a dim, low-energy state. This profound cellular depletion forms the first critical pillar of the chronic exhaustion experienced by men over 40. While the struggle within your cellular engines forms a profound foundation for your exhaustion, contributing to that systemic energy crisis, another critical system, designed for your very survival, can paradoxically become a relentless contributor to your pervasive fatigue. Imagine the body's alarm bell, a sophisticated internal warning system that springs into action when danger threatens. This is the domain of cortisol, a vital hormone orchestrated by your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal or HPA axis. It is exquisitely engineered for an acute stress response, for those fleeting moments when you need to fight, flee, or think with razor-sharp focus. Its purpose is to mobilize immediate energy, sharpen senses, and suppress non-essential functions, all to get you through an immediate threat. Cortisol is a hero in short bursts, a protector when truly needed, ensuring your survival. But what happens when that alarm never truly turns off? In the modern world, the threats are rarely a saber-toothed tiger, but rather an unending barrage of daily deadlines, financial pressures, complex relationship challenges, and the constant, often inescapable hum of digital demands. This prolonged, unremitting stress leads to a profound dysregulation of the HPA axis itself. Instead of gracefully peaking in the morning to awaken you with clarity, and then gradually tapering off throughout the day to allow for restful sleep, your normal cortisol circadian rhythm becomes a chaotic mess. It might be inappropriately elevated when it should be low, or dramatically low when it should be high, sending confusing and ultimately exhaustive signals throughout your entire system. This often manifests as the wired and tired paradox, a sensation many men over 40 are intimately familiar with. In the initial phases of this cortisol dysregulation, consistently high levels of this potent stress hormone can initially trick your body into a false sense of energy. You might experience a surge, a frantic, almost manic drive to push through, mistakenly believing you are still operating at full capacity. However, this artificial boost is profoundly unsustainable, always followed by profound, crushing crashes, leaving you even more depleted than before. It is akin to constantly revving an engine without sufficient fuel, pushing it past its red line until it inevitably sputters, stalls, and ultimately fails. As your cells are relentlessly exposed to these elevated, often inappropriate cortisol levels, a critical protective mechanism kicks in, but one with detrimental long-term effects. Your cells begin to develop a form of receptor resistance. Picture the glucocorticoid receptors on your cells as tiny, specific locks designed to receive cortisol's key. With chronic overexposure, these locks start to change, becoming less responsive, less sensitive to cortisol's vital signals. This phenomenon is known as downregulation. Even if cortisol is abundantly present, your cells struggle to properly interpret its crucial messages. This means cortisol cannot effectively perform its vital functions, such as regulating inflammation or contributing to proper energy metabolism, even as its disruptive presence continues to exhaust the system. It is crucial to understand this is far more than simply adrenal fatigue, a term often used but which oversimplifies a complex, system-wide recalibration. While your adrenal glands are central to cortisol production, the issue extends far beyond them. This dysregulation profoundly impacts your brain, immune system, gut microbiome, and every cell possessing those now less responsive cortisol receptors. It has far-reaching consequences on your mood, cognitive function, and, critically, your body's ability to achieve true energy restoration and cellular repair. Your entire internal landscape is affected, not just one small gland. The deep cost of this constant vigilance, this unceasing internal alarm, is that your body struggles to ever truly relax and fully recover. Processes meant for rest, repair, and rejuvenation are perpetually suppressed or interfered with. This constant state of heightened alert drains your energy reserves, preventing the deep, restorative sleep necessary for cellular repair, and hindering the very mitochondrial biogenesis we discussed earlier. It is a continuous internal battle that fuels an even deeper state of cellular fatigue, trapping you in a cycle where genuine rest becomes an elusive dream. You are not just tired, your fundamental systems for recovery are compromised, further exacerbating the energy crisis already brewing within your struggling mitochondria. This forms the second critical pillar of chronic exhaustion for men over 40. Beyond the relentless internal alarm of cortisol dysregulation, there exists a third, equally insidious factor that silently sabotages your energy and undermines your recovery: adenosine accumulation. Imagine your body possessing a natural internal clock, a subtle chemical messenger specifically designed to tell you when it is time to rest, to sleep, to repair. This vital neuromodulator is adenosine, a molecule critical for regulating your sleep-wake cycles, constantly monitoring your cellular energy status. When your cells expend energy, adenosine is released. The more energy your body uses throughout the day, the more adenosine accumulates in your brain, creating what scientists call sleep pressure. It is the biological signal that gently, yet firmly, guides you towards a deep, restorative slumber, essential for the man over 40 and indeed for every living being. For the man over 40, constantly battling mitochondrial struggles and cortisol overload, this natural system goes awry. His cells, perpetually in a state of energy deficit from inefficient power plants and chronic stress, are constantly signaling for help, constantly releasing adenosine, not just at the end of a long day, but persistently throughout every hour. This leads to an unnatural, chronic accumulation of adenosine, a persistent shadow hanging over his brain and body. Instead of a healthy wave of adenosine building up and dissipating, it becomes a stagnant, elevated pool, signaling a constant state of energy depletion. This chronic, elevated presence of adenosine, however, leads to a profound problem: the desensitization of adenosine receptors in the brain. Picture these receptors as delicate antennae, designed to pick up adenosine's signal. When these antennae are constantly bombarded by high levels of adenosine, they become overwhelmed, saturated. They start to downregulate, becoming less sensitive, less responsive to the very signal they are meant to receive. This means that even though adenosine levels are high, even though the man over 40's brain is screaming for sleep and cellular recovery, the message is not effectively getting through. It is like trying to hear a quiet whisper in a deafening thunderstorm. The irony is brutal. The man over 40 is profoundly exhausted, but true restorative sleep, the kind that recharges his every cell, remains maddeningly elusive. He might fall asleep, but the quality of that sleep is often severely compromised. He wakes up feeling as if he has not slept at all, still tired, perhaps even more so. His brain, no longer effectively responding to its own natural sleep inducer, struggles to enter the deep healing stages of sleep, where much of the body's repair and energy restoration takes place. This adenosine receptor saturation is a fundamental reason why the sleep of the chronically fatigued often offers little true respite. Adding to this intricate puzzle, the brain's crucial housekeeping system, the glymphatic system, which primarily operates during deep restorative sleep, becomes compromised. This system is like the brain's personal waste disposal, flushing out metabolic byproducts, including excess adenosine, and clearing away neuroinflammatory agents that accumulate during waking hours. With sleep disrupted by adenosine receptor desensitization, this vital cleansing process is impaired. More adenosine lingers, more inflammatory waste builds up, creating a vicious cycle of neuroinflammation and further exacerbating the brain's inability to properly regulate its sleep-wake architecture. It is a compounding problem, each layer of dysfunction reinforcing the others. This impaired sleep then tragically feeds back into the very issues it should be resolving. It further hinders the body's ability to repair and renew mitochondria, making those cellular power plants even less efficient and perpetuating the energy crisis we discussed. It exacerbates cortisol dysregulation, preventing the HPA axis from resetting and finding its natural rhythm, keeping the man over 40 in that wired and tired state. A self-perpetuating loop of exhaustion takes hold, where each of these three critical pillars of decline, mitochondrial dysfunction, cortisol dysregulation, and adenosine accumulation, feeds into and amplifies the others. You become trapped in a relentless cycle, a prisoner of your own internal biochemistry, relentlessly drained of your energy and vitality. This adenosine accumulation, with its profound impact on restorative sleep, forms the third critical pillar of chronic exhaustion for men over 40. So, we have explored three distinct, yet profoundly debilitating, pillars of chronic exhaustion that plague the man over 40. The struggling microscopic engines of mitochondrial dysfunction, the relentless internal alarm of cortisol dysregulation, and the elusive quest for restorative sleep due to adenosine accumulation. Now, it is time to reveal the full, sobering truth. These are not isolated events operating independently within your body. Instead, they form an intricate, interwoven tapestry of fatigue, a deeply interconnected system where each dysfunction feeds and amplifies the others, creating a powerful, self-reinforcing trap. Imagine a complex machine where one critical component fails. That failure does not simply stop at its own function. It cascades, putting immense strain on other parts, forcing them to compensate, to work harder, or to fail in turn. This is precisely what happens inside the body of the man over 40. Failing mitochondria, unable to efficiently produce energy, send urgent distress signals throughout the system. This cellular stress, in turn, directly triggers and exacerbates the HPA axis dysregulation, keeping cortisol levels either inappropriately high or profoundly blunted at the wrong times. This constant physiological stress then profoundly impairs the quality and depth of sleep, hindering the body's ability to clear adenosine and reset its crucial internal rhythms. And the vicious cycle turns round and round without end. This interplay highlights a crucial cellular crossroads. Chronic stress, orchestrated by prolonged cortisol release, does not merely disrupt sleep or mood. It directly impacts mitochondrial health at a fundamental level. High or dysregulated cortisol can inhibit mitochondrial biogenesis, the essential process by which your cells create new, healthy mitochondria to replace old or damaged ones. It accelerates oxidative stress within these powerhouses, making them even more prone to damage and further impairing their ability to perform oxidative phosphorylation efficiently. What began as an energy deficit becomes a systemic breakdown, with the very hormones meant to help you cope with stress actively sabotaging your body's energy production machinery. It is a biological paradox, a tragic double-edged sword. This trinity of dysfunction, compromised energy production, chronic stress, and poor sleep, inevitably converges to place an immense burden upon the brain. The constant low-grade inflammation stemming from cellular damage, combined with impaired glymphatic clearance and elevated adenosine, creates a state of chronic neuroinflammation. This is not simply a feeling of being tired in your head. It is a profound biological change that directly impacts cognitive function. Focus becomes elusive, memory falters, decision-making feels like wading through thick mud, and even emotional regulation can be severely compromised. The cellular fatigue becomes brain fatigue, robbing the man over 40, not just of physical energy, but of mental clarity, sharpness, and emotional resilience. This silent erosion of your body's foundational processes extends even further, impacting crucial pathways vital for cellular repair and energy sensing. Consider AMPK activation, or AMP-activated protein kinase. This is a master regulator within your cells, acting as an energy sensor that, when activated, initiates processes like mitochondrial biogenesis and cellular cleanup, turning off energy-consuming pathways and switching on energy-producing ones. It is your body's intelligent system for maintaining cellular balance and health. However, in the face of persistent mitochondrial dysfunction, chronic cortisol overload, and sleep deprivation, AMPK activation becomes profoundly blunted. Your body loses its ability to effectively signal for repair, to build new power plants, or to efficiently switch between energy states. It is like having a crucial maintenance system that is constantly being ignored, leading to gradual decay. But here, amidst this complex web of biological challenge, lies a quiet sense of relief and validation. Understanding your body's language, deciphering these intricate biological signals, means that the silent, persistent struggle the man over 40 has been undergoing is finally articulated by science. This is not laziness or a lack of willpower or simply getting old. It is a profound, interconnected breakdown at the cellular and systemic level, a biological reality that demands a deeper understanding than previously offered. Recognizing this intricate dance between your mitochondria, your stress response, and your sleep regulation is the first powerful step towards truly addressing the root causes of chronic cellular exhaustion. So, after this journey into the microscopic and systemic workings of your body, it becomes undeniably clear. The chronic exhaustion that so many men over the age of 40 experience is not merely a sign of aging, or a simple consequence of a busy life, or a lack of motivation. It is a profound and complex biological reality, far deeper than any surface-level explanation could ever capture. It is an intricate symphony of interconnected dysfunctions playing out within your very cells and systems. This isn't just about feeling tired. It is about a fundamental breakdown in the sophisticated machinery that keeps you vibrant and alive. For too long, the narrative surrounding this pervasive fatigue has been incomplete, often dismissive, focusing on easily measurable but ultimately superficial markers. But now, by dissecting the crucial roles of mitochondrial dysfunction, cortisol dysregulation, and adenosine accumulation, we have illuminated a fundamentally different framework. This deeper understanding moves us beyond the vague frustration of just being tired and into a realm of scientific clarity. It allows you to see the true antagonist, chronic cellular exhaustion, not as an unbeatable force, but as a complex puzzle with discernible pieces. This knowledge empowers you to understand precisely why your body has been struggling, providing validation for the subtle, persistent sensations you have felt. And this, my friends, is where the real power lies. This insight into the interwoven tapestry of fatigue isn't just an academic exercise. It transforms our entire perspective on possibility. It shifts us away from generalized, often ineffective strategies that merely scratch the surface and opens doors to truly targeted and effective interventions. When you recognize that your mitochondrial powerhouses are faltering, you can explore nutritional support, specific exercise protocols, and lifestyle adjustments aimed at mitochondrial biogenesis and efficiency. When you understand the relentless toll of dysregulated cortisol, you can implement stress management techniques, adapt your daily rhythms, and perhaps seek guidance on HPA axis rebalancing. When you realize that adenosine accumulation is sabotaging your restorative sleep, you can focus on sleep hygiene, environmental optimization, and consider interventions that support glymphatic clearance and adenosine receptor sensitivity. This knowledge moves you from a state of bewildered struggle to one of informed action. The path forward, then, begins not with another quick fix or a generalized supplement, but with profound knowledge. It starts by encouraging you to reflect deeply on these insights, to truly listen to your body's sophisticated signals, to acknowledge that those subtle shifts in energy, mood, and mental clarity are not just part of getting older, but specific biological cries for help. Your body is constantly communicating with you, and now you have a more comprehensive dictionary to translate its language. This journey toward reclaiming vitality is not a race. It is a mindful exploration, guided by scientific understanding. It calls for patience, for persistence, and for a commitment to addressing the root causes, rather than merely masking the symptoms. It is about becoming an active participant in your own biological well-being. In conclusion, while the journey to unravel and reverse chronic cellular exhaustion may indeed be complex, the scientific clarity offered by understanding mitochondrial dysfunction, cortisol dysregulation, and adenosine accumulation is nothing short of transformative. It is the first, most crucial step towards energy restoration and, ultimately, reclaiming the full, vibrant vitality that is felt out of reach. You are not destined to live with perpetually diminishing energy. Your body possesses an incredible capacity for repair and renewal, given the right conditions and the right understanding. This is your call to action. To embrace this knowledge, to seek out solutions that align with these profound biological truths, and to begin the deliberate process of rebuilding your energy, your clarity, and your zest for life. The answers are not just in optimizing a single hormone, but in harmonizing the intricate dance of your entire cellular existence. This is not the end of energy. It is the beginning of a deeper, more empowered understanding of how to truly live, fully energized, at every stage of your life.